Hi, Steve here from Divorcing Japan, and today's video has a little bit of a banky kind of financial kind of feel to it. One of the things in my case that needs to be sorted out is that I want to stay in the house and she wants out. She wants to get her name taken off the mortgage and I want to stay here. However, this is Japan, and of course, as a foreigner, it's not as simple as it sounds. And I'm actually going through this process right now, so please hit subscribe, hit like to find out what's going to happen. Mediation thus far has been going pretty well. It's been a headache, it's been stressful, it's been tough, and I felt like I've had to do a lot of the running around, to be honest. But we've come so close to the end, and now the court has said something where the bank has disagreed and said no. So now we're in a little bit of a quagmire. The court has said she will have her name taken off the loan, but the bank, who have been mulling it over for a few months now, and to be honest, they've done a pretty good job in trying to find ways around it, but they've come to the ultimate decision. Because of my situation and being a foreigner, they cannot allow the Japanese co-signee to have their name taken off the mortgage. So therefore, we have to move to another stage, which basically means that what might happen, and I'm going through this right now, so I'm a bit raw from it, to be honest. What might happen is the court might declare that I have to leave the house and that she will sell the land and the house, and we will then pay back the bank using that money. But that's not good for me because I want to stay here, and it's not good for her because she doesn't actually want to lose money in this deal either. She wants to come out on top. So, where are we at? Well, basically, the court has now decided at the same timing, after doing about 10 sessions of mediation, where we're almost there, we're almost at the end, the court has decided that the next one is the last one. And it surprised everybody, to be honest. It probably surprised her side too. They said, you know, that's it, you're done. It's not going to get worked out, so please move along. We've got more people to see. So there's an issue there with the court system, I believe, is that it's all about time. It's not about sorting out a fair game. And I can totally understand if one side is at total opposites to the other side, and there's obviously no way it's going to come together. But we've been working to bring this together, and I know I've been doing a lot of running around to bring this together, and it has been stressful, but we are getting very close to finalizing this. But the court's shut us down and said, you're out after the next one. And so, of course, I still have to wait to find out what happens in the next one. I don't know. But it was very frustrating to see the court system working in this way, and the court system granting her things that obviously could only be granted by the bank without bearing in mind that the bank needs to make those decisions. So what can you do to get out of this battle of the systems in a case where the court is saying things that the bank isn't okaying and vice versa? Before you get into a loan and before you build a house with the love of your life, please make sure that you check with the bank these things, because you don't want to be stuck in a situation where you're left on your own as a foreigner with a mortgage, with no choice but to move out, even though you've paid everything on time up to that point. That's a horrible place to be, and it really disrupts things even more than the divorce itself. The arduous job of moving out of a full-on house is something that I don't really want to go through, and I quite enjoy living here, and I don't want to go through that, but I may be forced to by the court. So the contract is big and it's messy, and to be honest, you need to make sure you know what you're signing. Part of the reason why I'm in this quagmire right now is because I wasn't made aware of everything in the contract, and yes, that's my own fault for not being able to read all the kanji in a very difficult contract, but I also leaned on my wife at the time to make sure I understood everything, and there were obviously things missed out when she was doing that. So nobody to blame, just to say that you need to really understand everything that's in the contract, and especially what's going to happen in what they call the bye-bye clause. As a final thing to say, the banks here, they will be happy to serve you again after your divorce is finished, and they're happy to serve you while you're married. But while you're going through the process of divorce, it's almost impossible to get any kind of a loan, even a loan that's going to help you out and secure your future to continue paying a current loan. So please be aware, things are definitely against you, and especially if you are a foreigner living in Japan, things are going to be against you in this situation. Unless you're super rich and you have super high and mighty friends, I don't think that it's going to go the way you want with house and land. So if this was useful for you today, I'm Steve from Divorcing Japan. Please check out the channel. I'm going to make a lot more videos like this. Hit like, hit subscribe. It really helps me out because I'm a new young channel and I'm actually going through this process right now. So stay tuned to find out what happens in the future. Again, thanks so much for listening and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.